A worried learner is a learner who thinks that they have to have it perfect before they've ever even tried it. So before they've even given themselves a chance to try and fail a little bit, they're already wanting to be ready for performance. And the process of learning and the process of performing are two different things. And they get very confused, particularly I think in conservatories or in lots of circumstances where it's almost like you're expected to get it the first time. When you have something like singing that's so complicated, sometimes you have 3, 4, 5 things that you have to keep track of, it's going to take time for you to, first of all, be able to do each of them, and second of all, get the timing right. So if you allow yourself to really believe that failure is part of learning, that making mistakes is the way you're going to find something new, because anything really new, in a way, will feel like a mistake because it's not the way you usually do it. I think in a way we're all of an era where the body has kind of been separate from the head, or what we think of as thinking. And yet the body is where all the action is at for singing. That's where your information is going to come. That's where the new behavior is going to come. Often, as little kids, I think already, we aren't given time when we're given directions to kind of translate those words into what it would feel like or could feel like to do it. And if you have parents or teachers who are actually putting pressure on you to, just do it, you learn to tune out your body and just do it. But then you're operating outside of the part of you that has the right information and the right coordination. So then it becomes a habit that you think you have to do that, and you actually can be a little bit nervous about slowing down and feeling what you're really doing, because God help us if we would actually feel that, oh, I don't know how to do this. But so what? If you know you don't know how to do it, that's the beginning of being able to find the first step to learning to do it. So this idea that failure is bad, or that there's some universal speed at which everybody should do this, is not really based in reality. Some people take more time, some people take less time. Some people have a lot more buttons getting pushed because of the way they grew up. But once you know how you really do what you do, you can begin to do what you want, because you begin to see what's missing. What direction do I need to go in? Maybe I need to take a clown class so I can learn to have fun while I'm learning. All those kinds of things. It doesn't have to be so serious. The worried learner is such a rich topic because there's so many of us. I think I was the best worried learner. And it basically ties you in so many knots that you can't really hear the directions that you're being given. You can't feel what you need to do. You usually dig yourself into a further hole and then feel really bad about yourself. So the key is, how can we view learning as fun, like babies? And how can we set the stage for that? Which is, we need to slow down, have a general internal agreement that we're not going to go to judgment, that we're just curious about the details that we're going to discover as we do this. And then that the best stuff is going to come when we aren't really controlling things. That we have to allow for the new stuff to emerge after we've calmed everything down enough that it can. Because when you first start doing something, particularly something like singing, or that you really want to do, the old try to kicks in, and that trying is always going to include the very pattern that you're trying to shift. That's a real bummer. So how do you elude that old nervous system habit, because it's not something you're doing consciously, which is to quiet things down. When you feel like you're getting into more and more work, that's your feedback right there, that you need to just pause, give yourself time to ask the question, what, if anything, could let go? And know that your conscious mind isn't what's going to figure it out. Something will let go and you'll say, oh, I didn't even know that was there, or that it makes such a difference. And then once you have the experience of that kind of ease, you're in a whole new ball game.